boys? Well, that looks like the Shadows of Brimstone rulebook, don't it? Yeah, that's what it is. It is the Shadows of Brimstone rulebook. So, what are we doing today? Well, we are going to be playing not only a series of Shadows of Brimstone, but we are also going to be playing a campaign. My goal here is I started a campaign last time, but I thought I'd go back and do it with only 2 characters in the game to make it a little more manageable, and also to get a bunch more play sessions under my belt so I could make, just a few mistakes along the way. Though this is again one of those fiddly games, so when we have these fiddly games, it's bound to happen eventually, but I'm going to do my best. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to start with something fairly basic, though I don't want to go so far back that we can't get to another world. So what are we going to do? We're going to have 2 characters in this series. I'm going to show you them now. We're going to have in this game the U.S. Marshal and the Gunslinger. Now why did I pick them? Well, just because I thought it'd be fun. I've played the Gunslinger, but I actually haven't. I've only played the U.S. Marshal when we first started, and I don't really think I knew how to play him well, but we're going to give it a go. He's fine. He's easy to play. One of the things I like about both these guys is they both, the Marshal has a very high defense. He can dodge things pretty well, almost as well as the Saloon Girl, but he's also got a pretty powerful weapon in the shotgun. This is the shotgun here. It's got a range of 5. It only does 1 shot, but you use D8s instead, and for damage on a 6, 7, 8, it's a critical, so that's pretty good. That's very powerful. Now, he also has his other item, which is the Marshal's Badge. Says once per adventure. Give all heroes +2 shots with a gun or +2 combat they choose during their next activation. And also, Marshal will be carrying the lantern. Now, I'm not going to do a rules overview in this because I've already done one in my previous Shadows of Brimstone playthrough series. If you don't know the rules, I would ask that you go back and look at that, and that will be somewhere on screen for you here. Now, the way this is going to run is during the character's turn, I will have their character sheet up on the screen, and that will help you to keep track of who we're doing, and you can see their stats and get an idea. But I won't have all their items up on the screen. I'll just show you their items when they're using them. And so basically that's going to be the characters. Now, with the Gunslinger, he has special bullets. That's his cool thing. And right now he's got a 6-shooter loaded full of Deadeye shot. That's how it starts right there. And then we are going to be doing this scenario. We're going to keep it basic. So we're just going to do the City of the Ancients. It's the first one. It's mission 4 in the book, but it's the first one you get to actually go to another world. And I hope that as stuff comes out, there's a lot of missions that allow you to cross over and that make sense anyway. So, what do we got here? The City of the Ancients says, rumors have been swirling that a mine has been found with a stable gateway leading to a frozen-over alien world and an ancient, lost city covered in ice. There are stories of untold riches there and mechanical devices of super science beyond anything anybody has ever seen. Of course, there are also tales of hideous monsters and massive automatons that stalk the cold corridors of the crumbling city. But those are just rumors, right? Okay, so the setup is we are going to start in the mine entrance. Our goal for this mission is to find a gate that leads to the ancient alien city of the Targa Plateau and explore the city. Once in the Targa Plateau, the heroes must find 2 clue icons. You've probably seen this one before. I think it's the same scenario that, yes it was, the same scenario that the Lonesome Gamer did. I'm going to do the same one. I did the Giordano Plateau last time, so I figured I'd do City of the Ancients this time. All gates lead to Targa, so all gates that we uncover will lead to the Targa Plateau, and mine clues add a gate, which is awesome. So, now, the other thing we're going to do here is we're going to play with one of the special rules. It's called the Advanced Encounters. Now, this is going to make it harder for us, so we'll see if we survive it or not, but let me explain what that does as far as the game rules are concerned. So this is the Advanced Encounter rules, and I kind of like this because it means that the mine tiles, well, the tiles you pick up that look different, actually have special meaning, and I like that. So that's why I want to play with this. It says every unique room map tile has a specific theme to it, and there is a matching encounter card in the encounter deck that shares that theme. At the bottom of each map card represents a unique room. There's a red band that lists the specific encounter associated with that room. When using Advanced Encounter option rule, anytime a unique room is explored, the listed advanced encounters added to that exploration. Search the encounter deck. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but I'll just tell you that what that does, though, is it makes it tougher because we also, if there is also an encounter in that, then we will also experience that encounter. Now, the good news is we're playing with 2 characters, so we're going to start with low threats and we have one revive token handy for us to deal with. So I think that's really all the preamble we need to get started. I think the thing we're going to do is just get going, and that seems like that would be the way to go. So remember, what we're trying to do is we're looking for a clue. The first clue gets us to the target plateau. Then we're searching for 2 more clues that give us an idea of the city, and you know, basically gets us through the target plateau. Then, of course, once we do that, we would come to the end mission and have a massive battle with some kind of end boss type creature, which who knows what it'd be, because I've mixed both the decks together for encounters, so that we're using all the monsters in the game. Could be the undead, it could be the boss could be the guy with the big giant wings, the big tentacle mouth guy, either one. So we'll see how that goes, and we're not going to be playing with the hardcore monsters or anything, just the basic ones at this level, because we don't have any experience yet. But also, I'm going to have to track experience. I gave back the dollar tokens that I had and all that stuff. I didn't print them out yet, but we're just going to keep track on a piece of paper, and I'll work that out. So anyway, let's get started. As with any game of Shadows of Brimstone, the first thing we have to do to start any turn is hold back the darkness. Now, to hold back the darkness, we need to roll a 7 or better on 2 dice. So hopefully we'll have some luck, and we will be able to do that on our first turn. So that's the very first thing that happens. 5, 8. So we held back the darkness. We do not have to worry about that. Now we're going to take our turns in initiative order. The Gunslinger, as you can see, has the higher of the 2 initiatives. So we'll go to the mine entrance and we'll get moving. Okay, so this is the Gunslinger right here. We have to roll a d6 for his movement. He doesn't get any movement bonuses or anything like that. Let's put the bowl right over here. I think I'm going to keep the darkness track toward the bottom of the table just so we can keep track of it. But there's the dice bowl. And we roll, wow, we rolled a 6. You know what that means, right? Gets to move. No, when you when you roll a 6, you get to, so basically you get to recover a grit. So we're going to, oh wait, I'm sorry, that's a 1, not a 6, my bad. I got to get used to playing the game again. I haven't played it in a few weeks, or about a month almost, I guess. But anyway, we're going to move him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Doesn't quite get him to the entrance there, so he might as well scavenge. Now when you scavenge, it means you're searching around the room, and you're going to roll 3 dice. So let's do that. So just to give you a little bit of a rules refresher, if he'd been able to get to the end here, he would have had a choice. He could have explored on the other tile or scavenged. There's 2 actions you can do when you're walking through an empty room, but you can't do both. So he's going to roll 3 dice to scavenge, and what that allows him to do is he rolls a 6, he gets to draw a scavenge card. He did not, so he did not succeed at scavenging. That basically ends his turn. Then we're going to go to the Marshal. Say hello, Mr. Marshal. The Marshal's got to roll his movement. He rolled a 2, not nearly as impressive. So he goes 1, 2. 2's about the worst roll you can do in a movement roll, because you don't get to recover a grit like you do if you roll a 1, and you don't get to move very far. But he does get to scavenge, so he's going to do that. He rolled no scavenging there, so that is going to be the end of their first turn. That was pretty quick and painless. So, by the way, just so you know, the Marshal has bandages in his side bag, if you didn't notice, and the Gunslinger has a stick of dynamite. Okay, so we are going to roll our 2 dice for holding back the darkness. Let's keep our luck going. We did not. So what happens then? Well, the good news is that nothing happens right away, but the track does go up. And now this will go down as we explore, but this doesn't have anything to do. This just increases the risk of the darkness track going up, right? But when this goes up and we hit the red spots, we draw an encounter. When we hit the green spots, we add a growing dread to our final encounter. That's not good, but it was likely to happen. So anyway, we did move up 1 on the depth track, and that's all that happens right there. Now, next time we do that, we will draw a card. I realize I said an encounter card, but when you hit that red spot, you draw a darkness card. Okay, anyway, so we're going to move back to the Gunslinger. Let's see what he rolls. Hopefully a 1. Nope, he rolled a 6 again. Wow. He's going to move to the edge, and he's going to explore into the next room. Okay, so I brought the mind map deck over. Now keep in mind that we are using the advanced rules, so if I do come up with a special room, it will have an encounter card associated with it immediately. Let's draw and see what we get. We get a mining room. You see there's no red text here, so there is no special information related to this map. But let me go find that and I'll get it on the board. Okay, as you can see, this tile is going to go right here. Okay, might take me a little bit of an effort here, huh? Okay, that's going to go right there. He is currently straddling the two tiles. Now remember that the U.S. Marshal has the lantern. That's probably not going to have much of an effect right now, but it could in the future. And then we're going to drop an exploration token on the tile. Now now we're going to move with the Marshal and see if he can get up closer. So if we get into a tussle right now, he'll be able to do something about it. And once we flip the encounter, we will also then determine what exits there are in the mine, or which ones there are. So, because that tells us how many as well. So, oh man, he rolled a 1. Well, the good news is that is going to give him a second grit, which is helpful. But and we'll max him out. He can have 2 grit right now, but he only moves to right there. That is not favorable. Okay, well, now that he's done his whopping move, he can scavenge still. He might as well. He's in the room there, so he's going to do that. He did roll a 6, 1-6. That is awesome. So he gets to draw a scavenge card. Okay, there's the scavenge deck. I want to draw the top of the scavenge cards to see what he gets. He gets a small find, basically $25. This is you find a small scattering of coins stained with blood. Yippee! Now, the interesting thing about the scavenge deck is that cards are never discarded. They go back and shuffled back into the deck. So I am doing that right now, and now I'm going to note the $25 for the U.S. Marshal, and we'll continue on then to look at what our encounter is. Oh, I tend to forget about this, but that also gave the Marshal 10 experience points. So he has 10 experience and a head start on the Gunslinger. But now we get to turn over our exploration tokens. So what will it be? Well, it will be an encounter, and there will be 1 exit. So we're going to roll a die, and we're going to see what that exit is. I don't know if you can see the die, but it's a 3. So so basically the one going straight forward is going to be the exit. So I have to block off these 2 exit points, and then we're going to get rid of the map tile. We don't need our map card. We don't need that anymore. And I'm going to go get the encounter deck so we can have our encounter. Okay, here are our mine encounters. Let's see what we get. Boom. Uh-oh. I don't know how good this looks. Okay, it says, in the dark shadows ahead, you see the room opens off to one side in a large underground cavern filled with still murky water. As you enter the room, ripples start lapping at the shore. Something is out there. You can feel it. Okay, we need a luck roll, but I want to show you something. Since this, again, I'm not going to do this every time, but I do want to show you some information. You see this symbol here has meaning. It means that we select a hero at random to make the luck roll that we need to make on this encounter card. So we're going to roll, basically how that works is, we have these 2 tokens. We got the Marshal and the Gunslinger. I'm going to randomize them. Well, I dropped one, so that helps to randomize it. Don't know which one's which, honestly. Okay, we're going to see which one we get. Okay, so it's going to be the U.S. Marshal. Let's go take a look at his sheet. Well, as you can see, his luck's a 3. So he's going to roll 3 dice, and he needs to roll a 5 or better. It was too bad. Well, they both had 3s on their luck, I think. So, no, the Gunslinger has a 4, so it would have been better if it was him, but it wasn't. So we're going to roll his luck and see if he gets it. Hopefully he does. A 5, he does succeed. So it says, looking into the black, you see a glimmer of reflected light shine back at you. Is that eyes in the dark? If successful, gain 20 experience points, and the reflecting light was shimmering off something gold. You may use 1 grit to wait out and get it. Draw a loot card. Wow, okay, well, we're definitely doing that since he's got 2 grit. So basically, our Marshal goes and wades out into this pool and gets this item. That is awesome. So let's go take care of that. Okay, here's his grit token that he expends, and here's the loot cards. And like the scavenge deck, these get shuffled immediately back in when you draw a loot card. But we're going to draw one and see what we get. So just some money and 20 experience points. So he's going to get 45 experience points out of this encounter and another $50. I mean, money's helpful, don't get me wrong, but it's not as cool as having an artifact or something. Our boy the Gunslinger is struggling a little bit because he didn't have any money yet, but he's leading the charge. But that's okay. It's not going to matter much because we have some catching up to do. And that basically draws the turn to a complete end. We have had our encounter. There's nothing left to fight or deal with. So what we're going to do now is go back to our darkness roll. We're going to hold back the darkness. This will probably be the last turn for this video, guys, and then next time I'll do more turns because I won't have to do the setup discussion. So we're going to roll 2 dice, see what we get. We rolled a 4, so we do advance the darkness track one more time. And here it is. So we are going to go on to a spot that has it's going to force us to draw a darkness card. Now this could be bad for us. It could be good for us. I don't know. They're usually not good, but hey, we can hope. Okay, what do we get? A flood of bats. Okay. A black tide of bats pours through the cavern, engulfing the heroes and passing by. Each hero takes 2 horror hits, gains 10 XP, and must then pass a Strength 4 test or lose 1 Darkstone. Well, here's some good news. We don't have any Darkstone. Okay, so the only thing we really have to do is pass the horror hits. Now, how does a horror test work? Well, you can see the sanity on both of our characters. The Marshal has 10 and a 4+ in willpower. They both have a 4. So we'll start with the Marshal first. The Marshal has to roll against a horror hit, so he has to roll a die. You get to roll 1 die for every hit you take, basically. And that is going to... So we get 2 horror hits. So he's going to roll 2 dice. He's got to roll a 4 better. So here we go. Let's go to the dice bowl. Okay. He actually did. He rolled 1, so he took 1 horror hit, which looks like this. It's a sanity marker. And that's going to go on his character record, just right above his sanity. And then we're going to roll the same thing again for our Gunslinger. He too took 1 sanity hit from that, and we don't have to roll for the other part because they don't have any Darkstone to lose. Okay, well now we're going to do some moving. So again, we're going back to the Gunslinger. He's got the highest initiative. So we roll 6 again. God, wow, he's a mover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he can get right to there. Now, since this room is not scavenged, he can attempt to scavenge that. And he rolls a 6. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? See, already forgetting something. When the Marshal successfully scavenged there, I needed to put a scavenge marker on the mine area. But he succeeded with 1 as well in the big room there. This is going to put a scavenge marker in that room, and we're going to draw a card from the scavenge deck. So let's see what we get. Nothing here. 10 experience points. So the Gunslinger searched the room. He didn't find anything, but he got a little experience points for his awesome searching abilities. Next, we're going to roll for the Marshal, the pokey guy. He's very slow. See what he gets. A 2 again. Nice. Like I said, the worst roll you could make in the game. 1, 2. So he's here now, and that's going to end our turn with no events at all. That's it. Nothing. Nada. Okay. So I think we'll do 1 more turn since we haven't really encountered anything. And I'm going to roll for the darkness. We want to roll 7 or better still. We did exactly. Rolled a 7, so we don't have to advance the darkness again. That's good. Now we're going to roll for the Gunslinger's movement. Oops, going crazy there. Okay, in the bowl, or it doesn't count. He rolls a 5. So what he's going to do is he's just going to move to the edge there and explore. It's kind of risky. We need the Marshal to roll higher, so we're going to roll hopefully higher. 5. Finally, he gets at least into the room with him. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. He's right there in the middle of the room. He's got a shotgun. He's got decent range on it. We're okay. Now, that is going to end their turns. So what happens next? We are going to draw a map tile from the mine deck, since we are still in the mines, and see what we get. A long passage. Okay, no exploration token there, and it is not a special room. Okay, let me go find the long passage, and I'll put it in there. Okay, here goes the long passage. I'm going to back him up for just a second so I can put the long passage on. And he goes right there. Well, that was, I guess, okay. I mean, we're just kind of tooling along. There's not a lot going on in these mines. We just encountered some bats. Yippee. I think that means that we can go 1 more turn. What do you think? Might be a little... I don't know how long this video is going, but let's give it a go. We're going to go 1 more turn. Okay, we're going to roll the dice for the darkness. Let's hope we don't advance the darkness. A 6. Of course we do. But there's, just so you know, on the number 3 spot on the darkness track, there is no red splotch, means no card, no growing dread card. So that's all there is to it. Now we're going to roll for our movement for our Gunslinger. Let's see what he gets. A 5. Okay, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So he's going to go up and explore this room. And then we're going to roll for the Marshal. Okay. 6. Thank God. He needed to catch up. So he rolled a 6, and we're going to have him move. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That basically gets him caught up. But now we have to draw another map mine tile. I happen to have the mine deck right here, so let's see what we get. A short passage. Are you kidding? Wow, guys, we're not getting anywhere. Oh, by the way, I've forgotten to do something. Let me show you. We have added now a room and 2 passages. So this is going boom, boom to there, and then now we will go one more. But again, it doesn't mean anything. But as far as it just means that this, when we pass this line, this number is going to go up to an 8. Something else I could have done before we finish that up with the marshal is I could have scavenged that hallway. Oh wait, no, I take it back. He's on the scavenge. No, we didn't do that yet. He failed to scavenge there. So the marshal is going to scavenge that room. He succeeds with a 6. So let's pull another scavenge token. So we're going to put a scavenge token there, and then we're going to draw a scavenge card. I'm just going to draw it from where it is. And 10 experience points for the marshal. Nice. Okay, so very uneventful start. These mines are awfully quiet. That means we're going to encounter something very bad soon. There's the next hallway there, and we're going to end it here, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry that it's not eventful yet, but I'm sure that won't last too much longer. So again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.